Folks, we gotta give the Republicans some credit because they have been incredibly successful lately at screwing themselves over and their own agendas. And nowhere has this been more apparent than on the front of women's rights, abortion, having to do with Donald Trump and Carrie Lake and their stances on abortion, or rather lack thereof. And I have a fantastic clip for you later in the show, an absolutely devastating new ad that the Lincoln Project just dropped the other day that absolutely eviscerates both of them and the actions that they have taken or not taken to screw over every woman in this country. But first, for some context, we all know that MAGA Republicans are lunatics, right? Not your average, normal, everyday person, you might say. But we also know that many of them are, let's call it, overzealous religious zealots. And look, no knock on religion here, but these people really know how to put the
Jesus Christ
in Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna pause your viewing for a quick second to ask you to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You hit that like button down below and the bell notification. It really helps the channel and we appreciate it. Back to it.
Do you think this should be a Christian country?
Oh, I do. I do. We were founded on God, and Democrats are taking them away. Taking them out of the school.
Oh, thanks, Obama. First the Democrats take away all our guns, and now they're taking God out of the school. The almighty, all-powerful God who is powerless to stop the Democrats. Maybe he's just on vacation. Or maybe, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, lady, but maybe he's just not on your side.
Reconciling separation of church and state, which we were founded on.
I don't think that's right. I do not think that's right. They should have never did that.
Should have never did that. They should have never separated the church and the state. Them founding fathers, they was wrong.
No kind of Sanders, you're wrong.
And look, I could go on for days about the stupidity of that, or the irony of the fact that this is coming from the party that so often quotes our founding fathers, and any law or legislation that is significantly outdated or antiquated, that would take up far too much time. And while you may think that that's just one case of some bumbling idiot, let me remind you that this happened the other day.
Let it be so, Father God. Let it be so. Let it be so. Lord, right now we just release the presence of the Lord in the Senate chamber. We just release the hovering glory of God Almighty in the Senate chamber. We just pray right now, Lord God.
Yeah, those were Arizona Republicans praying in tongues on the Senate floor. Now, I'm not gonna say that that sounds like devil worship. To each their own. You pray how you want, I guess. But it sure seems like they're taking Revenge Tour Rhonda's view of separation of church and state. Now, those Arizona senators were praying to uphold the Civil War era abortion ban that was instated by the Arizona Supreme Court. But even far-right conservatives know how ridiculous that law is. With even the likes of Sean Hannity chiming in to try and tell everyone to calm down, it's gonna be all right, nothing's gonna happen. They're not gonna let it stay.
And the people on the left are so desperate, attacking Trump now for an Arizona Supreme Court ruling that upholds what is a Civil War era law banning abortion. This will be fixed in the next week or two. Let not your heart be troubled. I can pretty much assure that will happen.
No kind of Sanders, you're wrong.
Tonight, Republican lawmakers in Arizona thwarted a new effort to repeal the state's Civil War era abortion ban. If the law goes into effect, most abortions will become illegal this summer.
The motion to overrule my ruling fails.
Today, Arizona House Democrats pleaded with Republicans to allow a vote to overturn the abortion ban.
We are the representatives of the people, and the people want this repealed.
This is what we are arguing about right now, whether or not we should overturn something that is archaic, something that is going to really impact women in Arizona.
Despite high-profile Republicans like former President Trump saying the ban goes too far, the attempt to repeal it didn't get enough votes. Democrats needed 31 votes to prevail and were just one vote short. They had hoped at least 2 Republicans would repeal the effort. In the end, only one did. Opponents of abortion rights welcome today's outcome.
We need to save freedom in our state. We need to save our Constitution. Our rights are under threat every single day.
Yeah, we're fighting for freedom. We're fighting for our rights by upholding a bill from when women had no rights. Let me know in the comments if you think we should change it from a voting age to a voting IQ. Now, here's where it gets juicy, because the reinstating of that law has caused some trouble for failed Arizona governor and current Arizona Senate candidate Carrie Lake. Because she previously said that she supported this law, and now that it's actually in place, she's changed her tune a bit.
On Tuesday, Arizona's top court reinstated an abortion ban from 160 years ago. When slavery was the law of the land, only white men could vote, and Arizona wasn't actually a state. And Carrie Lake was a big proponent of that law.
I'm incredibly thrilled that we are going to have a great law that's already on the books. So it will prohibit abortion in Arizona.
The great law has actually become the law of the land, and it is deeply, profoundly unpopular. So yesterday, Carrie Lake changed her mind.
If you look at where the population is on this, a full ban on abortion is not where the people are. The issue is less about banning abortion and more about saving babies.
So what is it, Carrie? Do you want the abortion ban or not? Because it's really hard to tell where you stand on something when you're always
switching sides.
Look, I know she's running for Senate, and in classic fashion will say anything she can to get elected, despite that tactic not working the last time when she ran for governor. But it's also not clear that that tactic will even work here, because despite the unpopularity of the law, her back and forth flip-flopping has got her in some pretty hot water with her own constituents.
We thought that when you said you supported the 1864 ban, you meant it.
Why such a drastic change in the way you talked about it?
I want to know what you say to the people who trusted you and believed in you, and why are you against that miracle?
Well, let me thank you for the question. First of all, I am pro-life.
And look, I disagree with those people on the principle of the matter, but I too would be pretty pissed if I was told one thing by a Senate candidate and then found out they actually meant the other. That's called lying. And there's been a hell of a lot of that going around in the Republican Party recently, as this new ad from the Lincoln Project, as promised, very adequately puts it.
Carrie Lake and Donald Trump. At first, they admitted they wanted a national abortion ban.
I don't think abortion pills should be legal.
There has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Now, they're pretending they won't back the ban if they're elected. They're lying.
This total ban on abortion is out of line with where the people of this state are.
Did Arizona go too far?
Yeah, they did, and that'll be straightened out.
I agree with President Trump. This is such a personal and private issue.
Two frauds desperately running from the truth and from their real position. She backed the ban, and he's still bragging about ending Roe.
Look, that I was able to terminate Roe v. Wade, and I'm proud to have done it. I was so honored to have done it.
They'll ban all abortion, even to save a mother's life. They'll end IVF, and they'll ban birth control. Donald Trump and Carrie Lake, they're the same. They're dishonest, deceptive, and dangerous for every woman.
And therein lies the rub. Do you see it now? It's all positioning. They recognize that their chances of being elected are already slim enough as it is. So they are comfortable hiding their true intentions from the public in order to assuage weary voters who completely disagree with this position. So let us not be fooled by the lying and scheming. We've already seen they are willing to backtrack on anything. So by that logic, why would they not backtrack on their backtracking? It's happened before. These people will say anything to get into power. These people will lie about anything to get into power. And if you think for a second that once they do get hold of that power, that they won't act on their true intentions, instate a national abortion ban, or any of the other insidious policies that they want to push to control and harm Americans, then I hate to tell you this, but
No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong.
Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and bring you more of these great videos. Hit that notification bell so you get alerted when we drop new ones. We'd also greatly appreciate your support here or on Patreon. We have some really, really cool shows coming down the pipe exclusively for Patreon that I think you're really going to enjoy. Please let me know your thoughts in those comments down below. I read all of them, and I love hearing what you guys have to say. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I'll see you guys in the next one.